Hi guys, and happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, the second day of the blizzard of 2021. And of course there was way too much snow for me to get out of here today, despite the fact that I have a Jeep. I can normally plow through anything, but this was close to 3 feet. It was just out of hand. And you saw the video before. I did post some footage of the snowfall and what it left behind, you know, and it was just crazy. Today is Groundhog Day. And so I have Gregory Groundhog with me, the official groundhog of the Atomic Universe. You've been seeing Gregory for probably close to 10 or 12 years already on YouTube. And he's a great little groundhog that I love. I got him from Rick's Cleanouts a long time ago, and just love him. I found him in a trunk underneath a bunch of stuff, so I found him by accident, but I was meant to find him because he's so cute, and we definitely need our own groundhog in the Atomic Universe. And Gregory says it's going to be in early spring. He doesn't care what Puxatawny Phil said. He says early spring. And that's why I have my top hat on today, because it is Groundhog Day, and they do wear top hats and tails when they do that whole groundhog ceremony and everything. And have my own groundhog right here who tells me what I want to hear, and this year it is early spring. Okay? Okay. Alright, we are drinking a Benedictiner Fest beer. Great beer, one of my favorites, German beer. It's a Fest beer, and we are not celebrating anything today, believe me. Not with this storm. So let's see, it started Sunday. I went to my mother's. I took her out and about. Every food store that we went to was insanely busy. And my mother said, "What are they giving away here?" I said, "Mom, it's the snowstorm. What do people do when there's an impending snowstorm? They flock to the food store." And we only went to the food store because we needed parsley. So, and guess what? The parsley shelf completely empty, completely cleared out of parsley. Everybody needed parsley through this snowstorm. I mean, honestly. So finally we had to we wound up at the farmer's market because I knew that they would have parsley, and they did. And I'm glad I went to the farmer's market because they had real Syrian bread, and that's the kind of bread that I wanted for the kebabs that we were making. And I made kebabs with you Saturday, but I wanted to taste them before I gave them to my dad, because my dad doesn't like any weird spice. He doesn't like any unusual spice that he's not used to. And so I had to taste them first, see if he would eat something like this. And the spices in them are very delicious and very different, and I absolutely know he would not eat them. So I had to, I made a different version of the kebabs on Sunday. I left out the exotic spices. I did put smock over them when I put them on the grill, but I didn't mix like cardamom or cinnamon or any of those things inside them, because those are the kinds of things that he says don't go with food. They're for baking. I was like, okay, whatever. But anyway, so that's what we did. And I did salt, pepper, paprika, garlic, onion. You know, I made them pretty basic for him, and then sprinkled sumac on top. But the Syrian bread made all the difference, because the pita bread didn't hold up to, that I used on Saturday, it didn't hold up to the kebabs, and the yogurt sauce. You know, everything was just falling through the pita bread. I wasn't into it. So finding the Syrian bread was great, and they worked great, and they tasted great. So let's take a sip of our brew. All right, so I left there about 4 o'clock, and when I opened the garage door, I could see, oh my God, the snow has already started. It wasn't supposed to start until after 9 p.m., but it started at 4. My mother was like, oh, thank God, maybe it'll end sooner, right? And my dad kept saying all day, just bring the smart car over, put it in the garage. And I said, it's not going to snow. It's not going to be anything, you know? Famous last words. So 4 o'clock Sunday, it started. By the time, 2 hours after I got home, everything was covered. And then Monday morning, there was a good, I'm going to say, a good 6 inches already. But the worst of the storm didn't even hit yet. So, of course, I was able to get out and everything. And I went to work for a while. The snow was getting worse and worse and worse. And it was blowing sideways, and the winds were whipping up. And it was really getting scary. So, I left work around noon. Came home. Made the chicken soup. And just waited it out, and it did. It got so much worse, and then it was supposed to snow all night, which it absolutely did, with wind and blizzard-like conditions. I'll tell you, when I left there at noon yesterday, it was driving was so crazy. Thank God there was like nobody on the road, because you know I can pretty much drive through anything in the Jeep. But I watched a salt spreader in front of me, like literally the end of the salt spreader was just going sideways. It was just slipping away. And it was pretty bad driving conditions already by noon. I couldn't see a foot in front of my face. It was coming down so hard. It was a whiteout. You couldn't see the edge of the curb, the edge of the streets, the edge of the curbs. So you had to like really cut it wide out, because you didn't know if you were going to hit the curb or not. It was crazy. Everything was covered. And they were plowing. I didn't see them plowing. I didn't see anyone plowing. But I think that there was so much snow that even if they had plowed a place, it was covering over so fast. By the time I got to my dead end, it was not plowed, and I had to plow through it, and it was already very, very deep. So, a couple hours after I got home, it got worse, it got windier. My fence was covered halfway already. My little tree was buried. Smarty was half buried. It was crazy. So, got up in the morning. Major. I mean, the biggest storm I've seen since like I said, the 90s. Somebody said that storm was 96. I couldn't remember the date of the storm. So, 96. So, roughly 15 years ago. And that's what I said. I haven't seen a storm like that since that storm. So, and even the bomb cyclone was nothing like this. I mean, this was crazy. We haven't had this much snow since then. And before that, I don't ever remember that much snow since I was a little kid. So, like I said to Raymond, so much for global warming, right? I don't know. Just crazy. So, I shoveled. I started to shovel little by little. You know, I did 15 minutes here. Came back inside for a while. Did another 15 minutes. I take it slow because my back can't hack it, you know. My arms are very, very strong. I've always been strong. I actually used to lift weights when I was younger. So my arms are still very strong, but my back, I have problems with my back. So the twisting of the shovel, that's what hurts me. But I feel pretty good right now because I didn't do it non-stop because I took breaks in between. And my father said he was going to have one of the gypsies come by with a snow plow and plow that mound off the edge of the, you know, where the plows make that huge mound at the end of your driveway. But I never depend on the gypsies because they're not reliable, these guys. So after a few hours, I went out there and I got it down enough to get the Jeep out. I know I couldn't go over that mound. That thing was over 4 feet high. It was like half the height of the Jeep. No way. The Jeep can go over anything, but not that. So I got it down to a manageable level, and I think I can plow through the remainder and get the Jeep out. But it was I mean, you know, what are you gonna do? You got to do what you got to do. Nobody can get here. You're not allowed on the roads. It's you know, state of emergency. State was closed. Roads were closed to all but essential vehicles, and you just couldn't get around. It just wasn't cool. So it was all right. I made a snowman because, like I said, in my head all day while I was shoveling, that song wouldn't leave my mind. Do you want to build a snowman? I couldn't get it out of my head, so I had to build a snowman. What can I say? And I put a mini fez on him after because I said he needs a hat. So I put a mini fez on him right here. I love my snowman. He's a little snowman. He's only like this tall, maybe this tall. But he's adorable. So it snowed all day, still, but nothing like that windy whiteout snow. Just big flakes, big gigantic, you know, those big flakes. And when I saw it snowing so much, I said, oh, here I am shoveling, and it's going to cover all over again. But once I shoveled, it melted down to the blacktop, you know, whatever. And as this new snow fell, it was melting as it hit. So I was very, very happy about that. So I won't have to shovel anymore. The only thing I'm going to have to do is probably clean the Jeep off a little bit, because I only knocked like the big snow off it. I would rather shovel than clean off a car in the snow. I hate cleaning snow off a car. That is just like, I can't reach the Jeep. I can't even reach to the middle of the windshield, or the middle of the hood. Forget about the roof. I mean, I'm only like 5'1", so it's like I can't reach the top of the Jeep. And somebody said, you're going to get a ticket with all that snow up there. I never did yet, and I can't reach it. And if they pull me over, that's what I'm going to say. I can't reach it. I can't even reach it with a broom. So, whatever. It is what it is. So tomorrow's midweek already. The weeks should go very fast. Thursday is my mother's birthday. My mother was born in a blizzard in Binghamton, New York. Born in a blizzard. And she hates snow more than anybody I've ever known. And I said, it's weird, you were born in a blizzard, you think you would like it. She said, no. So, we'll celebrate her birthday next weekend. And I'm still planning the menu in my head. I'm thinking about more comfort food. Probably chicken pot pie, homemade chicken pot pie or something like that, you know. And then Catherine just did a recipe for chicken enchilada casserole, which looks out of this world. My mother loves Mexican food, so maybe that'll be the choice. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. So anyway, I just wanted to come in and say hi because I'm home. And I guess we kind of had a historic blizzard, you know. I remember this one time they said they were talking about the blizzard of the century. They talked about it for over a week. And they're planning for it. They're freaking everyone out. And that was supposed to start through the night. That morning we got up and we had a literal dusting. And we were like, this is, you know, this is great. But the hype was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. This storm totally bypassed us. And that's why I was thinking, that's why I didn't put the smart car in the garage. That's why I was thinking we weren't going to get any snow. Because I figured if they hype it, it won't come. But boy, did it come. Boy, did it come. And I was kind of worried because Raymond is, like I said, he's traveling. It was in Florida. But he still has to head home. And this storm goes from parts of Tennessee, all through Pennsylvania, parts of Ohio. So there's no way he wouldn't have hit some of this. So thank goodness he decided to stay down there a little longer and watch the weather before he drove north. Because by the weekend it's supposed to get warm. So a lot of this might melt. And but like I said, these mounds are going to be around here for until spring, I feel. I swear. But it's funny because when after snow falls, it never feels as cold anymore. When it's falling, it feels really cold and really windy, and it hits your face. But when I was shoveling this morning, the snow lightened up a lot, and it felt warm and quiet and peaceful, and it really wasn't so bad. That's why I made my snowman. And if it stays this warm, I mean, if it stays feeling warm, I guess, and the wind stays away, I guess that the snow, you know, will. The road looks pretty good right now. They came through and plowed a couple times today. And I started to see some blacktop. So once you see that on the roads, you know, that's it. It'll be gone off the roads. But we're still going to be stuck with 3 feet of snow, 4, 5, 6 foot piles where we shoveled, and snow's going to be around for a while. We'll be wearing boots for weeks yet. Right, Gregory? So anyway, he says early spring. He better be right. He better be right. I want to be out in my yard. I didn't even go, and I didn't even look at the deck because I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see it covered like that. So, all in all, it was a fun day anyway, because I did enjoy making my snowman and the snow removal, despite the amount we got wasn't all that bad. It really wasn't bad. I don't think, when I was doing the edge of the driveway, you know, where the plow makes the mound, my back started to really hurt. But the whole time doing the path, I was fine. I was fine. It didn't even, you know, I just kept on stretching, stopping, and I felt good until I started doing that mound. Because when the plows come through, it kind of packs the snow. You know what I mean? Any of you that have shoveled that mound of snowplow snow know exactly what I'm talking about. It gets packed. It gets heavier, tighter, harder to dig through. But I did it. I did it. So I think that's it, guys. I have a bunch of fun new things on the way in the mail. Another reason I like to keep everything shoveled, because the mail people, when they start back up, they didn't deliver yesterday, they didn't deliver today, obviously. When they start delivering again, I want them to be able to get to the mailbox, because if you don't shovel, they don't have to bring your mail. So I like to have a path for him to get to my mailbox. I got some fun stuff on the way, so I'm looking forward to my packages. In the winter, I love to get my mail. It's so much fun, especially when you're snowed in like this. I wish I could get some packages today. But anyway, that's it for us, guys. So early spring, per Gregory. Let's hope he's right. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical Tuesday. Comment, subscribe, spread that love. I love you all. Tink merch below. Support the Tink. I will talk to you very, very soon. Say bye, Gregory.